Welcome to the second part of our class about design, and we're gonna see now about the user experience and design research. So we start here with UX. Probably you've heard about the term UX or user experience. So almost everything you do in life, such as purchase you make in the supermarket, or restaurants that you visit, or cities you visit, planes that you catch to fly to other countries, apps you download, the car you drive, is a kind of user experience. So user experience is embedded in all the situations that we have in our daily lives. And by definition here, the user experience encompasses all aspects of the end user's interaction with the company, its service, and its products. We'll see more details how that works, but user experience is a design. User experience design or UX design is the process design teams use to create products that provide meaningful and relevant experience to users, and also it involves designing the entire process of from acquiring or integrating the product, and not only the product by its function, but to create delightful experience when using that product. So by that, design teams work on design aesthetics and branding, usability, define the function of the product, identifying the user's needs and provide solutions for that need. So user experience involves all of that, and of course it follows as well a design process such as the one that we viewed in the first part of the class. This gentleman here on the screen is Donald Norman. Don Norman is the one who coined the term user experience. He has worked at Apple and also at HP, and has taught at University of California in San Diego, and has created the NN Group with Jacob Nielsen, the Nielsen Norman Group, a consulting firm focused on usability that help companies create better and great products. So I will read for you this paragraph by Don Norman, and that he explained why he created the term user experience. I invented the term because I thought human interface and usability were too narrow. I wanted to cover all aspects of the person's experience with the system, including industrial design, graphics, the interface, the physical interaction, and the manual. So Don Norman explained here what he meant by user experience. Not only one part of the product or the service or the company itself, but the whole situation of a user interacting with the object or the product. Let's see a video of Don Norman explaining about the term UX.
Hi, I'm Angie Lee, and I'm here at the UX conference in San Francisco. I got to ask Don Norman what he thinks about the term UX.
Once upon a time, a very long time ago, I was at Apple. And we said the experience of using these computers is weak. The experience, when you first discover it, when you see it in the store, when you buy it, when you, can't fit it into the car. It's in this great big box. It doesn't fit into the car. And when you finally do get it home, opening the box up and, it looks scary. I don't know if I dare put this computer together. All of that is user experience. It's everything that touches upon your experience with the product, and it may not even be near the product. It may be when you're telling somebody else about it. That's what we meant when we devised the term user experience and set up what we called the User Experience Architect's Office at Apple to try to enhance things. Now, Apple was already pretty good, so we were starting with a good product, making it even better. Today, that term has been horribly misused. It's used by people to say, I'm a user experience designer, I design websites, or I design apps, and they have no clue as to what they're doing, and they think the experience is that simple device, the website, or the app, or who knows what. No, it's everything. It's the way you experience the world, it's the way you experience your life, it's the way you experience the service. Or, yeah, an app or a computer system, but it's a system, it's everything. Got it?
Great. So here, Don Norman emphasized that user experience is not only one part of the product. It's not only the interface. It's not only a beautiful website. It's the whole experience, from sign up to a e-commerce shop on the internet until receiving the product at home. So user experience is inside the whole process. So it's more a holistic view of the user experience with the product. So that's fantastic, and that's great that we can use that inside our projects, not only inside design projects, but also creating tech projects, or also working with public administration products. We can have an emphasis on the user. We're gonna see the concept of human-centered design later on, but it's very important to have user experience design and to have clearly what that means, that it's different from user interface design. User interface design focuses only on the interface, on what the user is seeing or interacting with a voice interface or something like that. But the user experience is the whole experience, the holistic experience of touching the product or unpacking it or using it or exchanging communication within the product, talking to other people inside some product. And as you saw, user experience is in almost everything we do in life. Great. So by this definition, user experience is everywhere. User experience is a practice of intentionally designing a website or an application or any other product where the interaction is focused on the end users. It's a combination of psychology and engineering and classic design and interface design to create delightful experience to allow users to have this great experience when using the products. And the methods used when creating great products, applying great techniques of user experience is inside a tool set or a set of methods in an area called design research. Design research helps us to design the right thing before designing the thing right. So if you remember the double diamond process, the first diamond we have to design the right thing. Well, I mean, we have to have the problem very well stated, or a clear problem, and then we make sure that we are gonna to work on the best solution possible for that problem. Okay, so design research provides us a set of methods to support research and investigation to better know the problem we are dealing with, and also to help creating empathy with the users. Remember that empathy is at the beginning of the whole designing thinking process. So the designing process we studied in the previous class uses methods from design research. Let's have an overview of the main methods used in design research. Basically, all methods are distributed in 4 different categories. So we can identify what people do, what people say, how many or how much data we are going to deal with, and also why and how to fix that. So each method can be distributed here among behavioral, attitudinal, qualitative, and also quantitative data. So we have quantitative methods when we are working with large amount of data, for example, a survey, and we have qualitative data when we are applying a user interview. And also we have the attitudinal methods when we wanna have data about what people say or what the user is saying about some product. And we have also the behavioral methods here that allows us to identify what people do and how they interact with the product itself. Sometimes you need to be careful here because what people say is different from what people do, and then we need to know that, because we can use a combination of techniques to identify the possible points of improvement inside a project that we are working on or building. Here we have some methods distributed across the chart, and I have here email surveys as a quantitative technique that we can use to have data collected from a huge user base. And also I have methods such as interviews, that is a qualitative and also attitudinal technique that allows us to identify what people say about the product, and it's qualitative. And also I have here the behavioral techniques such as usability studies or usability testing that allows me to identify how some specific user interact with the product. We're gonna see about these methods in the next class, and we're gonna pick a few of them to work on and to try. Here now we have the human-centered design approach. That's very important, and it's at the root of all the design process that we are using here. And it's very important to know that this human design approach shouldn't be exclusively for our designers. It should be used among other disciplines such as public administration or economics or even teaching. And so when inside the education, it can be used too. So the human-centered design basically puts the users inside or at the root of the entire process. So everything we are doing, we are creating, we are focusing on the user. So here, the first part, we need to do some kind of assessment to understand the user needs. Then, then we need to design for their needs. Then we have a set of methods such as the ones I've showed you previously, like usability testing, prototyping, and also we need to get the user to engage with what we are creating or proposing to help them. From creating a community engagement, creating awareness about some product or service, and also establishing clear and concise communication with the users. So to summarize the topics that we've seen in our class and the content that we've learned so far, we've seen about design as graphic design, or design as an interface design, when we use design to create logos, create new typographies, and also to design a specific part of a project to create a prototype. But we've also seen how the Bauhaus changed the design or the view of design, the usage of design through the history. So we not only have design as an art piece, but also we have design mixed together with architecture and manufacturing, and that allowed us to create products in large scale. And we've seen about design thinking and the double diamond process, and also the process used by designers to create great solutions. And the design principles, so suggest people first, visual and inclusive communications, collaboration and co-creation, and also iteration. Remember, always iterate. So it's not a simple linear process. It's a back and forth. You need to try and retry and test and validate and refine what we are building. And also we've seen about the user experience, the whole experience that the user perceives when using a product or service. The design research that provides us a set of methods that are used to create human-centered solutions. And at the end here, we've seen about human-centered design, an approach that focuses on the people, on the person and its needs, and then helps us to create the better solution for that person and to solve their needs. So thank you for being around. See you on the next class.